The sirens screamed like wounded animals as panic ripped through the city zoo. Gates clanged open, alarms flashed red, and a single message echoed through loudspeakers again and again. Lion has escaped. Evacuate immediately. Families dropped popcorn, children cried, security guards shouted, and within minutes, the wide central path of the zoo turned into a stampede of fear. Everyone ran, everyone, except one old lady. She stood still near the lion enclosure, a thin figure wrapped in a faded blue shawl, her back slightly bent by age but her feet rooted to the ground. Her name was Miriam Hale, 70, 8 years old, a retired schoolteacher who had visited this zoo every Thursday for nearly 15 years. She didn't come for the crowds or the shows. She came for the lion. The lion's name was Samson, massive, golden, mane scarred along the muzzle. Samson had been born in captivity after his mother was rescued from a poacher's trap. From the time he was a cub, Miriam had sat by the glass, reading softly, humming old hymns, sometimes just watching in silence. The keepers joked that Samson recognized her. When she missed a week, he grew restless. When she returned, he would lie near the glass, calm and watchful. Now the glass was shattered. Samson stepped out onto the path, his paws silent, his amber eyes scanning the chaos. He smelled fear everywhere, sharp, sour, overwhelming. His muscles tensed, instincts roaring awake after years of restraint. Distant shouts echoed. Somewhere a gun cocked. Somewhere else a child screamed. And then he saw her. Miriam stood 10 meters away, hands trembling but clasped together, eyes fixed on him. Fear surged through her chest, but she did not run. She remembered the cub who once pressed his nose to the glass as she read poetry. She remembered the quiet bond no one believed was real. Samson, she whispered, her voice barely sound at all. The lion froze. Zoo guards shouted from behind barricades, ordering her to move, to run, to get down. She ignored them. Slowly, achingly slowly, she lowered herself onto the bench beside the path and sat. Her heart pounded so hard she thought it might break her ribs, yet her voice came steady. It's all right, she said softly. You're scared, I know. Samson took one step forward, then another. Every camera zoomed in. Every breath held. One wrong movement and the old woman would be gone. But Miriam did not scream. She did not flinch. She opened her palms, just as she always did through the glass. And Samson lay down. The massive lion folded himself onto the pavement, tail flicking once, a deep rumble vibrating from his chest, not a roar, but something closer to a purr. The guards stared in disbelief. The city held its breath. No one understood yet that this moment was only the beginning. Minutes passed like hours. Samson remained on the ground, eyes half closed, his breathing slow and heavy. Miriam spoke to him in a low, steady rhythm, telling him stories he had never heard but somehow understood, about long summers, about lost things, about kindness that survives fear. Her voice cut through the noise of helicopters and sirens, anchoring both of them to the present. A tranquilizer rifle was raised. Miriam lifted her hand. Please, she said without turning. Not yet. The head of security hesitated. He had seen lions before. Wild, unpredictable, lethal. He had never seen this. The lion was not subdued by force, but by trust. Samson lifted his head and crawled closer, inch by inch, until his massive body rested beside the bench. His mane brushed Miriam's sleeve. The crowd gasped. Tears streamed down her face now, not from terror, but from relief. I know you don't belong out here, she whispered, but you're not a monster. She slowly stood, knees shaking, and did something no protocol allowed. She turned and walked back toward the open enclosure gate. Samson followed, step by step. Old woman and lion crossed the path together. No leash, no cage, just connection. At the gate, Samson paused. For a moment, the wild surged again in his eyes. The open sky, the scent of freedom. Miriam stopped and placed her hand against the cold metal frame. Home, she said gently. Samson looked at her one last time, then stepped inside. The gate slammed shut. Tranquilizer rifles lowered. The zoo erupted, not in screams, but applause. Grown men wept openly. News anchors struggled to speak. The footage went viral within hours. When reporters asked Miriam why she stayed, why she didn't run, her answer was simple: everyone sees the danger first. She said, "I saw the fear." The zoo later revealed the truth many never knew. Miriam had volunteered years ago during a critical illness that nearly killed Samson. She had been there through nights no one else was, reading, waiting, believing he would live. Fear had broken the zoo that day, trust had saved it, and somewhere behind reinforced glass, a lion slept peacefully because one old lady chose not to flee.